Music producers, answer me this question. I know I'm out of focus. Why y'all so damn nosy? What's your problem? Let's talk about it. Music producers, when I got into the online beat selling business, I wasn't necessarily connected to the community of music producers. Why? Because I had a goal in mind. My goal wasn't to come in here and to connect with as many producers. My goal wasn't even to make this YouTube channel that I have. My goal was to make money. Obviously, my goal was more than just making money, but my main goal was to generate income, to be able to make the music that I want to make, to be able to create music without limitations, to not have to be worried about sort of the industry's rules and industry standards on what it takes to be a successful music producer. I was just worried about getting my life out of the hole that it was in, the financial hole that it was in, when I decided, you know what, man, these beats is cool, it's getting me some placements, but it's not getting me the bread I need. I need a change. And so I hit up a buddy of mine and I asked him, I said, man, could you please bestow upon me some information about this? And really the only reason we had a connection was because he would reach out to me and ask me advice, because he was an artist as well at the time. And so I would provide him information, and it wasn't a big deal, and plus it was a friend of mine. And so I wasn't still connected to the producer community. However, he was my first introduction into the producer community. And it's not to say that I wasn't friends with music producers, but I'm a lone ranger. I've always tended to be sort of a lone ranger. I just kind of ride by myself, and I just play my beats, make my music, and if people don't like it, it's kind of like, oh, that sucks, fam. But I mean, I kind of like it. I kind of want to keep this going. And so that's what I did. So when I first came in, maybe I came in a very unorthodox way. Maybe I came in with different intentions, but I think a lot of producers, y'all get into this game to make friends. And that's not to say that you will not have some friendships that are made because you are in this environment where people have the same likes as you, or people are very similar to you, but that should not be the main goal when you are in a place where you are conducting business. That being said, there is a few narratives that have gone on as I got deeper into the producer community, because in the very beginning, like I said, I was just trying to sell beats. I looked at the top list and I was like, okay, I don't know who that is. He just separates me from being number 1, 2, 3, or 4. Cool, I don't need to know who this is. And the guy that I told you that was giving me this advice, he was like, you kind of need to know. You kind of want to know what the market is about. And so I believed that, and I continued to kind of study. But then what I found was that the more that I studied everybody else, the less time I spent on my actual business. And it got to a point where I became so reactionary to what every other producer did that I had no identity for my own business. And it's because I was too busy trying to play catch up with everybody was doing, good or bad. Now, this thought was already circulating in my mind to do this video, but then someone tagged me on Instagram, and I don't know if you wanted to see my thoughts or whatever the case may be, but shout out to him because I know he probably watches these videos. But he was up in arms. He was very angry about producers who were selling their beats for $1.99 or 99 cents, and how, you know, their exclusive rights were $200, and how could you do this? You know, you're making the game more difficult. People are going to be able to get your cheap beats, and they're not going to want to purchase from people who are quality or that hold their business in a certain light and a certain respect. And I'm aware that there's probably a handful of you that feel the same way out there, but I'll tell you this, from the perspective of the story that I told you before, this is what I told that gentleman, because I understand where he's coming from. I understand that when you're looking at what other people are doing and you're comparing it sort of to your own situation, when you look at the producer community as a community that is all one, these type of things tend to bother you. You know why they don't bother me? Because I feel like, and this is my opinion, none of us are selling the same things. Producers, we're not selling the same products. Even if you and I both make trap beats, we're using different drum kits. Typically, we're using different drum kits. We're messing around with different tempos. It's not like we're both the same stores, right? It's not like you're Target and I'm 99-cent store and we're both selling the same, you know, the little vacuum cleaner things that you put on the floor, little rovers or whatever. You put them on the floor and they carpet the whole floor up without even having to move them. It ain't like you at Target selling those for $300 and I'm over at the 99-cent store selling it for 99 cents. They're the same products, right? You ever got batteries from Target and batteries from 99-cent store? Probably a lot of gamers out there that got some batteries from 99-cent store. You know how long them things last. They're probably dead already. You probably put them in the freezer hoping to get a little more juice out of it, but that's my point. We know what we getting when we go there, right? And for those customers that like to go there, I still go to 99 cents store every once in a while. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't get my wardrobe from there, but you know what I'm saying? I still go there. I still get some stuff from there. Don't be shameful. Okay, how much money I'm making? I still go to 99 cents store. Oh, okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. So that being said, I think there's a lot of producers who, in their mind, they look at the community as, do we have to go back to the head ass theory? They look at everything like we're all eating from the same place. What you eat don't make me shit. That saying has been around forever. My grandma used to say that. She used to say sugar, honey, iced tea because it's an acronym. Love you, grandma. But what you eat don't make me poop. So why am I concerned about what you are doing? People do not buy just your beats. People who are return customers, loyal customers, people that you really should be concerned about, not them one-off buyers. People who you really should be concerned about. That's how I know a lot of y'all don't do customer service. Because if you were doing great customer service, you would be focused on how do I deliver a better product to the people who have already bought into what I represent? How do I show them and give them reminders of what my brand represents, right? When you think about brands that sort of stand the test of time, it don't matter how many times, shout out to Stephon Marbury who had the $25 sneaker, and that was really dope of him to do that, to make an affordable shoe that folks could afford, that kids could say was real sporty, but was kind of on a cheaper end, but still looked really good. Shout out to him for doing it. He didn't put Nike out of business. Nike ain't look at him and say, man, you can't do that, man. You gonna hurt the whole Nike industry doing that. No, you ain't never seen Walmart and Target come together and say, look, man, look, I know us as Walmart, we a little bit cheaper than y'all, but we gotta come together and do something about this 99 cent store because they gonna put us out of business. No, because they know that there are certain types of demographic that go to Walmart and certain demographics that go to Target. And they don't worry about that. They're worried about their business. They're worried about every aspect that represents their particular brand, because people don't buy products. They buy their likeness of your product. They buy what your product represents. They buy your branding. They buy what you represent. There are some people who will go to Chick-fil-A and they will literally only eat at Chick-fil-A because they know they're not open up on Sundays, and they know the religious beliefs of the owner of Chick-fil-A. They're not buying product. When I was back eating meat before I was, eating veggies and stuff, that chicken wasn't all that good. It was cool. That's blasphemy, Curtis. How could you say that? It wasn't all that good. It was cool. You get a little honey mustard, put a little dip in there. It's pretty good, but it ain't all that, right? You look at it and you say, okay, well, what will make somebody want to keep going back? It's what they associate, the emotion they associate. It's what they feel about that brand. So it is our job as music producers to stop worrying about the software companies that are making it easier to make beats. Stop worrying about all these bedroom producers that are coming out the woodworks. Stop worrying about all these. And this is definitely took from that post that you put up, my friend. I ain't call you out by name because you probably be like, you talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you. It ain't because of none of that. People are buying into you. And if we are so concerned about, we need to come together, we need to make sure that we control all these different. Here's the last point I want to make. I know what it feels like to struggle. I know what it feels like to be in a bad space. I know what it feels like when you are watching your bills pile up and you are seeing lights being turned off left and right. I know what it feels like to have your gas turned off. I know you gotta call them for them to come out, and it's pretty embarrassing when you gotta bring them back out and your neighbors see you. I know what that feeling is. And so who am I to shrug my nose up and look down another producer and say, how dare you sell your beats for that? I don't know what their situation is. I don't know what you need. I don't know what your needs are. Matter of fact, I would rather promote that producer, because what that's gonna represent for them is, you know what? Like, that's what I aspire to be in a situation where a share from me can honestly make my business increase or make the attention around my business increase. That is somebody that I wanna be. I wanna be an influencer at one point in time like Curtis. That's dope. And then also too, what it shows to their particular fans is that, man, like, that's super dope that company, like, they don't have to be worried about any producer who's selling beats. Instead of being mad, he went and bought beats. How about that? How about instead of complaining and trying to find some authoritative way to stop producers from selling beats for 99 cents, how about you just go buy 10 beats? And you buy 10 beats just to have a conversation with them. If you so feel it in your soul, instead of trying to make it this martial law of music producers, talk to them. And don't be judgmental. Talk to them. Ask them, why are you selling your beats for 99 cents? You don't think you're worth more than that? Well, I'm just trying to get my name out there. I'm really just trying to get my stuff out there. I would tell that producer, instead of selling your beats for 99 cents, if it's not a money thing, if you don't need the money, put them out for free. absolutely free. You think about somebody like Cash Money AP, who put out damn near every beat that you hear from him free download with on his YouTube, and then you think about how his name spread all over the place and how he used one of those opt-ins, I think it was on BeatStars, those opt-ins for follow me on or subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Twitter, and then you get this beat for free. He used that as a way to build up his audience so that when it came time to draw traffic to his website, he had people that he never would have had because of that free. You can pick your own destiny. There ain't no rules in this. This is the Wild Wild West. There ain't no rules in this. And I don't believe in trying to put rules on it. But at the very foundation of it, if there are some laws that are applied to a particular business or any particular consumer, customers are not buying products. They're buying what the product represents. If somebody needs to sell their beats for 99 cents, I'm trying to go up there and help them, because obviously you need the money. I would rather go buy $50 worth of beats, which might be the whole catalog, but I don't care. I'd rather go buy $50 worth of beats than tell them how wrong they are for doing it. Who the hell am I? I don't have the right to do that. And maybe there's a lot of us that need to do some soul searching or even some humbling to really look at it and say, if I was in their shoes, perhaps I would do the same thing. I don't know, would I? It's a question to ask. A little bit more empathy, please. In this life, you would not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Once again, it is Curtis King, the leading voice of online rappers and music producers in the community worldwide. Boy, don't at me. Peace. Please subscribe to the channel below. Curtis King, CurtisKingBeats.com.